All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of What the Fork. Tonight we're making one of my favorite recipes. It's also one of my wife's favorite recipes. We're talking about jambalaya. We're taking it to the NO today. We're talking shrimp, andouille sausage, chicken, fresh vegetables, some okra. You want to watch this video till the end. Make sure you put this recipe in the stash. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification button so that way I can come looking for you. You don't have to come looking for me. You'll know when I upload new recipes. All right, so we're going to start this off. You want to make sure you have a big enough pan. We're going to put some olive oil in the pan. The recipe will be in the description too. I won't leave you hanging. You'll be able to see everything I use. All right, so once the pan is warm, we got our olive oil in there. We're going to go ahead and take our chicken breasts. These are organic chicken breasts, about 2 pounds, and dice them up into like bite-sized pieces. I did that before the video because I know it's boring. You don't want to watch me dice up chicken. And once everything's diced up, we're going to throw it in the olive oil. And we pretty much want to just get this all sauteed up until the chicken is cooked. Now, in this recipe, you can take your sausage and throw it in here at the same time that you're cooking the chicken and let it all cook at the same time, the chicken and the sausage. What I did with mine was my sausage, I put it in the air fryer separately and just cooked them. So I'm going to let the chicken cook down, and then from there, I'm going to add the sausages, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Yep, so we're going to make sure with the chicken, even though this recipe has a bunch of flavors, we don't want anything bland. So with the chicken, we're just going to give it a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. And then we'll just go ahead and get that mixed up. And with this recipe, you can actually save yourself a lot of time by prepping like I did before, like chopping up all the vegetables that go into it. Chop all that stuff up first, and it will save you a bunch of time. Trust me. All right, so once our chicken is cooked, it's going to look like that. And then from here, I'm going to go ahead and add our andouille sausage in. This is chicken andouille sausage, Cajun chicken andouille sausage. You can use whatever sausage you want, but if you don't eat pork or beef like I do, then you can go ahead and just use Cajun chicken andouille sausage. I always find it at Whole Foods. They sell them at other supermarkets. It's usually kind of hard to find, but Whole Foods is always a win for me, and that's where I go. All right, so after a couple of minutes, like I said, the sausage was already cooked, so we just pretty much tossing it around. And then from here, we want to add a little bit more olive oil. And from here, I'm going to add all of our vegetables. So this is going to be the boatloaded stuff. We're talking about, bell peppers, yellow, red, and green. Our celery, jalapeno pepper, white onion, garlic. All that stuff is chopped up, diced up. I used the ninja dicer to go ahead and get all that stuff chopped up pretty quickly. Save a lot of time. So once that's in, you just want to go ahead and get everything mixed up. And we want the vegetables to cook down until they're soft. So it'll probably be about, you're cooking on medium high heat. It'll take you about 5 minutes. And once everything's cooked down, it'll look like this. You'll see all the vegetables are soft, like I mentioned. And then from here, we're going to use some crushed tomatoes. You can use regular crushed tomatoes, or you can use the fire roasted crushed tomatoes like I did. And you want to do just a 14-ounce can of that. Like I said, again, recipe will be in the description. And once our crushed tomatoes are in, we're going to add some chicken stock. This is going to have your whole house smelling like you're from New Orleans. It smells, the smell in your house lasts for days. No, not days, but like a day or two. All right, so after we get the chicken stock in, we're going to go ahead and add our other seasoning. We're going to add our bay leaf, Go ahead and add our cayenne pepper, which is a little bit more spicy. Hit it with another shot of cayenne. But the amount that I'm using here in the recipe, perfect spice. All right, and then we're gonna hit it with some thyme, and we're gonna do Cajun seasoning or Creole seasoning. You can use either one. All right, so once everything's in, we're just gonna go ahead and mix everything up. Probably about 2 or 3 minutes. And now once everything's mixed together and it's simmered for, it just cook about, like I said, about 2 or 3 more minutes. No big deal. We're going to use some regular white rice, long grain rice here. And we're going to go ahead and mix that in. And now the important thing is from here is, as we all know, what cooks rice, steam cooks rice. You don't have to, once you add the rice to the dish, you want to go ahead and take the pot and put it on the smallest eye of your stove and cover it for about 25 to 30 minutes. So before you cover it, you just make sure it has a nice little simmer like what you see right here. And then, like I said, move it to the smallest eye on your stove, cover it, and leave it alone 25 minutes. You'll be good. So like I said, good simmer going here. We're going to go ahead and cover it. Come back in 25 to 30 minutes. And once you open up your pot, everything should look like that. See, that's perfect. Because if your heat's on too high, or you leave it on the, one of the eyes on the stove, that's the biggest one, your rice is going to burn. It's going to stick to the bottom of the pot, and that's no good. So this is perfect. Like I said, just make sure you move it to the smallest eye on the stove. All right, so once you take we're going to go ahead and add our shrimp last, and we're going to add our okra last, because the shrimp and the okra, they don't take long to cook. They don't require a lot of heat. Once we add those in, we're just going to get them mixed in, get them coated in with all the sauce, with the rest of the ingredients. And all it takes is about 3 to 4 minutes for the shrimp and the okra to cook. And then once that's done, we just want to take the bay leaf out. And your jambalaya is ready to go. You smell it. Everybody in the house will be like, what's that? What's that? What's that you cooking? Perfect jambalaya, andouille sausage, chicken, shrimp, okra. Well, if you want to add some more things to it, you can do some garlic bread on the side. All right, so right now I'm going to go ahead and take a bite of this and see how it tastes. Thank you again for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell button so you know when we upload new videos. Everybody be good. It's What the Fork.